In 1979, English West Coast AOR band the Bliss Band released their second of two albums, Neon Smiles, and from it, the track Stagefright. Okay, we got that two-note piano motif that begins, and then I'm hearing some Latin percussion coming in here amid a rather brisk feel. Yeah, a bit of strum even, bit of almost like Spanish flavor, slightly.
Telling stupid jokes and wearing of a smile, reading magazines to while away the miles.
Reading magazines to something away the miles. Can't find the lyrics anywhere. I guess that is that is either Paul Bliss, Phil Palmer. I guess it's Paul Bliss on vocals. Three people are credited with vocals. Yeah, Paul Bliss had been in Dog Soldier with Keith Hartley and Miller Anderson. I covered that months ago.
Smoking cigarettes as if they're going out of style.
Smoking cigarettes as if they're going out of style.
Think about the times I used to get so low.
That really brisk strum along.
Playing rock and roll with nowhere else to go.
The bass is really like pacing things quite well.
All those clubs and bars with faces that we'll never know.
Yeah, I like the mixture of like the rhythmic element and more brisk, kind of sumptuous strum. Once again, thick harmonies, as you would expect on a West Coast studio pop album. Bit of a new wave feel, kind of mixed in with that. Kind of like a... Oh, sorry. Their first album was very much in the vein of Steely Dan. It's almost like this band had done their Steely Dan homework more than Fagan and Becker. But yeah, it's a real like cross-reference point for any Dan fan, that album. And this album, kind of more just sort of in the more regular like West Coast AOR vein, but like a bit of new wave on this song and another song, Doctor. I'm thinking kind of like say like if the band Player had gone a bit more new wave around this time. I like that call and response between the that background voice, kind of not really, or mic'd far off, that "it'll be all right."
7 miles to go, you see the city lights.
7 miles to go, we'll see the city light.
Dayglow promises of where I'll be tonight.
Dayglow promises of where I'll be tonight. Interesting metaphor.
Makes me wonder if I'm ever gonna get it right.
Makes me wonder if I'm ever gonna get it right.
You see the lights go down, your hands begin to sweat.
You see the lights go down, your hands begin to sweat. So this is talking about going into another town to do a gig with stage fright and feeling the hour draw near where you're going to step out on stage and getting the jitters.
You have all the run-throughs that you're gonna get, but can we ever hope to play the perfect set?
But can we ever hope to play the perfect set? So they're hard on themselves, yeah.
Stage fright, it'll be alright on the night. Stage fright, it'll be alright. Stage fright.
I guess it's three of them doubling up on that word right there, and then just like one of them, or maybe one of the non-singers just kind of shouting it in to a far-off mic. It'll be all right.
It'll be alright on the night. Stage fright, it'll be alright.
Actually, why I heard two voices there. It'll be all right. Okay, and that is a rip-roaring solo right there by Phil Palmer, on electric guitar. I guess two people are credited on keyboards, one person on guitar, and then a rhythm section. I'm hearing two guitarists, and I don't think any more than one keyboard on this. So it's probably Paul Bliss playing acoustic guitar, while Phil Palmer, and what did Phil Palmer, he was in a lot of things. Yeah, Dragonfly, yeah, I know that one. From '74, kind of didn't really make an impression on me, I got to admit. He was in, I'm thinking of something else. Just a guy who had been a session musician in the UK. Anyway, I think most of these guys, I don't know really what the story about how this band ended up basically based in the West Coast, despite being English. I mean, at first I thought they were a band from LA, but before I even knew about Paul Bliss's background. And then I noticed that there was a guy in the band named Nigel Elliott, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, how many people that aren't British have you ever heard of named Nigel? I can think of none. That is like the most Brit name imaginable. Wow, I like how it's getting more kind of like raunchy, that chicka chicka. It's getting more kind of like locomotive like. It's resembling like the grinding of train wheels. Yeah, they're trying to convey the nerviness, the nervous energy of about to walk out on stage with. A D to E major. Look at that. Those moments where the drum kind of like doubles up like 4 wallops per bar. You can still hear that brisk, strum of the acoustic guitar amid that like sustained electric. Wow. Just rip-roaring away. Yeah, Stagefright by the Bliss Band from their 1979 second album, Neon Smiles. And let's see, Bliss Band, Paul Bliss, keyboards, vocals, Alan Park, keyboards, Phil Palmer, guitar vocals, Nigel Elliott, drums, percussion, Andy Brown, bass vocals. Andy, let's see, yeah, he was also in that Dragonfly. Oh, he was involved in that Violinski spin-off of Electric Light Orchestra. The first of those came out the same year. I'm wondering, they did like two, it doesn't. Oh, he was on that album, No Cause for Alarm. Yeah, that came out the same year as this. So he was quite busy in 1979. Let's hear another track from Neon Smiles. The second track, How Do I Survive? I like that sound. God, what is creating that? Now that is, the timing between those two elements is quite, well, delightfully jarring. Hear that cowbell? It's like they're playing each of the two elements, like the guitar, the guitar and piano, and then that keyboard are playing the same melody, except they're kind of slightly out of sync and with one another.
I'm not strong enough just to smile and make things easy. I can't put on that gray face anymore.
I like the rhythmic element. Got kind of a lurch to it.
Always took it for granted that I could take whatever you gave me. I guess you never really know for sure.
Yeah, the drummer's into like a real like kind of tight sound. I'm not hearing much cymbal. It's like kind of like plod, a lot of kick drum and just like kick drum and then like a boom. Like
Cause there was never a doubt in my mind.
oh, that rippling 60s organ just coming right through on the pre-chorus, heralding the pre-chorus.
How it was meant to be. So who do I turn to, darling, if you should leave? How do I survive if you break my heart? How do I survive?
I love how Paul Bliss, I guess, held on to that note while the others like repeated the chorus line. How do I survive?
How do I survive if you break my heart? How do I survive?
That's a great trade-off. He says the chorus line and then holds the syllable, holds the vowel on the word heart, and then the others sing the chorus line over that. What is that? It's almost kind of like sounds like a Leslie clavinet or something. Yeah, a little bit late for a Leslie and a little bit clean for a clavinet. Eh?
I've got no excuses for being your fool. I never thought that it would be forever.
This structurally, there are some elements that would also be used in a much slower, more epic track on the album. The album Closer. That's the Way That It Is, which was covered 3 years later by Uriah Heep.
But after so much time together, I've come to depend on you. What else am I supposed to do? 'Cause there was never a doubt in my mind.
The way that organ just like comes cascading right through like that reminds me a little bit of "Give Me Some Love." I'm thinking kind of like a real like Winwood-esque 60s Winwood-esque type organ sound.
It wouldn't be easy, but I never realized how much you mean to me.
I love that right there. That the change of chords right there amid the convergence of vocals.
How do I survive if you break my heart? How do I survive if you break my heart?
Oh, I love the vocal qualities, the smoothness of those. We got him doing that kind of like soulful voice, unique sounding front, and then in the background we've got those kind of airy, smoothed out vocal. How do I survive? Yeah, like common in the West Coast studios. Okay, a modulated version of the same basic chord structure we've been hearing throughout the song, and a little bit more of that organ sound that I was pointing out.
But there was never a doubt in my mind how it was meant to be. So who do I turn to, darling, if you should leave me? How do I survive if you break my heart? How do I survive?
I just noticed the little fills that organ is putting in under the chorus, like more staccato elements it's throwing in here.
How do I survive if you break my heart? How do I survive?
You hear that? Wow, 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 like a few octaves above that, of course. But.
How do I survive if you break my heart? How do I survive? How do I survive if you break my heart? How do I survive if you break my heart?
Yeah, that was How Do I Survive, and before that, Stagefright. The first two songs off of the Neon Smiles album, the 1979 second and last release by the Bliss Band, yes. An LA-based English studio pop band who started out as the world's most authentic Steely Dan replica and ended up, well, doing quite a convincing take on the West Coast sound, but only befitting, I mean, because they were surrounded by musicians from, well, there was at least one other or two other English guys who were out there recording with them. It's like, not on either of the songs we just heard, but some places on the album, there's the saxophone work of Raphael Ravencroft, that famous for his solo on Baker Street, and Hugh Padham's name is on here before XTC and Genesis, and Mick Glossop. Yeah, there's a name I recognize on. Yeah, and anyway, yeah. As with the album before this had appearances by Jeff Skunk Baxter and Michael McDonald, and yeah, that was another reference I was thinking of with some of those background harmonies on this. Yeah, the ubiquitous voice of, like, I guess 1,000 LA studio sessions from around the time. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Paul Bliss. I'm not sure what he did after this. That's kind of a strange career, going from doing this one Keith Hartley band spin-off Dog Soldier, and then ending up in the LA, ending up doing like a West Coast studio. He was at some point in the Moody Blues. I'm wondering if he replaced. He may have been Keys of the Kingdom, eh? That would be, I guess he replaced Patrick Moraz in the Moody Blues. Yeah, because Keys of the Kingdom came out, I guess, around the time of the big court TV drama. Yeah, between Moraz and that band. And he also appeared on a couple of Sheena Easton. He appeared on A Best Kept Secret by Sheena Easton, and a David Essex album from the 80s, and I guess kind of sporadic appearances here and there. Yeah. For more Rubies and Sapphires from the Bliss Band, see the directory of albums by English B artists linked in the description below. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the two tracks we just heard, the lyrics, the meaning, the vocals, the harmonies, the interplay, the arrangements, instrumentation. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.